This ranch is like no place else. Where else can you find swamps next to pristine hayfields, cow pastures with huge stands of timber, dust and mud in abundance, and the world's finest quarter horses and the best beef cattle around? It's all here. Add to that 100-year-old oaks, Spanish moss, and southern hospitality, and you'll start to see why we call it home. Nature plays a huge role in how we live here and how we do things on the ranch. The environment's hard on everything, but that's part of the beauty of it. It's that pressure that gives our livestock and the people their unique character and qualities. My name is Richard Boatwright. I train horses for a ranch in the Low Country of South Carolina. Every day's a little different here. My family and I and the rest of the ranch crew, we face new challenges every day. I had to haul this mare up to North Carolina yesterday to take her back to the fellow that owns her. Okay. And the mare's kind of been a problem, behavioral issue since she's been here. Every time we turn around, we have to do something, she's in the way. So I was glad to be able to put her on the trailer and haul her home. And 10 minutes till 5 a.m. yesterday morning, I already had her in the stall. I'd caught her the day before. And so I pulled the truck and the trailer up in the barn, open the back door right at her stall, go in, put the halter on her, lead her out, start to lead her up onto the trailer. She gets her front feet on the trailer and looks around and decides she just doesn't want to go. And so she explodes backwards, goes back about 10 steps, and she steps down into the hole where the spigot is. Well, she got tangled up in the water hose and then stepped down on the top of the spigot and broke the pipe off down into the ground. So now there's a 1-inch geyser of water, 10 minutes till 5 a.m. It's about 35 degrees, and the water is hitting the ceiling of the barn. And she sort of looks at the water, and she looks at me, and she jumps right up on the trailer and says, "All right, let's go." Oh boy. Well, it's that time of year here where we're breaking colts. We ran them all in the pen today, got a saddle on them, got a ride on them. They just did great. I couldn't ask for anything more. We're just gonna sort this filly off here that we need to get started. The one that we want. I'm gonna let the rest of them go by me. In order to get this filly sorted off from the rest of the group, I just pushed him up in the corner and let all of her friends go by until she was by herself. Then we opened the gate and let her go in. So we've got these two fillies that are full sisters, and our general manager, Steve Hancock, had the great idea to get them saddle broke and then train them to pull a wagon so that we could hitch them up as a team, and we'd have two full sisters. And we've got the 2-year-old, the youngest one, and we're going to start her under saddle today. So we're gonna get this filly going today under saddle. She's never had a saddle on her, and she's real quiet and gentle, and I'm just trying to move her around a little bit here and let her see what this round pen's all about, and get a little bit of the wind knocked out of her, just so that when we do start this whole process, she's sort of thinking in our direction. I want to flip this rope all over this filly. I want to let her feel that thing all over. When we put her in a harness, she's going to have to understand the sensation of having weight and ropes and harness and different things all around her hind quarters, her hind feet. I want her to know that
That stuff's not going to kill her. We certainly don't want her to get in a panic when we get to that stage. And I can head off a lot of that stuff right now with this lariat rope by doing all this.
Usually I like to get a horse's feet moving so that I can get their brain to working. This filly really didn't want to drive out, so I chose to use a pair of soft rope hobbles on her as sort of a puzzle that she could figure out. That really got her brain to working. But it was important that I took the hobbles off right at the crucial moment before she figured out how to run in them. I wanted to get that saddle on, get her quieted down, and get those hobbles off before we lost our opportunity.
There you go. Good. All right, when you're ready, just grab the blanket.
Whenever you're working with young horses, you can't ever let your guard down. You always have to be on top of your game and knowing and trying to watch to see what they're going to do before the animal even does it.
Go through our same old procedure. Let her smell it. Let her see it's not going to kill her. Rub her on the neck with it. Rub her wherever she'll let you touch her with it. Okay? Or she's good with it. There you go. Good girl.
Hunter's a great kid. You know, he grew up in the junior rodeo circuit. He's been riding since he was little bitty, and it shows. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of skill. Sometimes he thinks he's in over his head with this horse training program, but he's going to make it.
Good girl. And then just get it up there on her back. There you go, and just move it all around and let her figure it out. Look how relaxed she is. You know, her ears are back. She's wondering what's going on, but she's not upset. You know, she's not trying to leave. She's looking at me and saying, "Is all this okay?" And we're just going to tell her, "Sure, it's no problem." Hunter, I just real deliberately just swing it right up in place, just like she's an old broke horse, all right? Real nice, real nice, good job.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Everything went smooth. We got that filly saddled. We moved her around a little bit. Everything's going great. All we got to do now is get Hunter up on her back and get a ride out of her, and we can let her be for the day.
Give it a little pressure and let off, and a little pressure and let off, and just break her into it slowly, okay? There's no sense in rushing her right now. We've got her in a pretty good position. She's real relaxed. So we moved this filly out, we tied up her feet, we saddled her, we moved her around with the saddle on. She's nice and quiet and relaxed, and there's really about only one thing left to do, and that's to cowboy up and climb on her and see how she takes it. I think she's going to be just fine. Hunter's the man for the job. Just take a deep seat. Keep your mind in the middle. Stay loose. You ever heard the Bronx Ballet by Dave Stamey? You got to hear that. It's great. That's getting pretty close to what we need right there. Come on around and just make a loop around here on the outside. See if she'll stay on the outside. There you go. Don't grab her with your spurs now.
I don't care how many young horses you've been on. That first ride is going to be tense, right? The horse is anxious. The guy sitting up there is anxious, and you really just don't know what can happen. Now that filly was real nice and quiet, and I didn't expect her to do too much, and she didn't do too much. But you know, when you're the fella sitting up there, like Hunter, it's hard to know what to expect. He did a great job, but I could see him getting anxious.
Stay loose. Stay loose.
I don't know what Richard's deal is. I had her under control the whole time.
What a nice filly. She's going to make a great addition to our using string. She's going to make a great partner for her big sister pulling the wagon. And one day she'll make a great broodmare for us, and she'll raise some outstanding babies.
So we went through these 3 or 4 colts pretty smoothly today. Didn't have too many problems, but things don't always go like that. Here just a couple of weeks ago, I started a young horse. We call him Lucky. And Lucky started out okay,
when he took the saddle, but boy, when I turned him loose, he sure went to bucking. It really surprised me. But you know, I've learned over the years that you just can't hold that stuff against a horse. And it doesn't mean that he's going to live his whole life bucking. Lucky didn't mean anything by all that bucking. It's just a reaction that he had to the pull of the saddle cinch when it came tight on his belly. I don't hold it against him.